1.1.0 trailer removed. For whatever reason, the trailer that revealed Sonic has been taken down. Apparently the reason is that it got claimed for violent imagery. I have no freaking idea what makes this violent compared to the other trailers. It's all just cartoon stuff, and obviously there's way more violent official trailers for other things on YouTube, so yeah, I'm guessing it's just typical corrupt BS from that website. One player remix OG difficulty. Up until a recent update, the original difficulty for this mode used to be a lot higher. I'm sure many of you who've played it remember it all too well, being that the enemies just had a lot more like super armor, I guess you want to call it to that, and a lot more like weight, like a fake like metal box weight to it with like none of the downsides, and they would take way more to stun and fly off the stage. And like I think this is probably just like a better change. I'm sure there's some viewers out there who's like, oh no, and but yeah, like that just made it like frustrating. It's not like the AI is like smarter or anything, it's just no, that was just kind of like a dumb thing. So good change if you ask me. Stage contests. The Discord a while ago hosted a stage contest where fans could design their own stage and submit as an idea, and in the end they would pull a final 3 and then one would be chosen as the winner. And if I remember right, the winner that was chosen was a Mother Brain themed stage, which has of course yet to be developed, but probably will come out with the next update. Wario neutral special quirks. So this is something that I didn't know for a long time, since it's not really like said anywhere and it's not all clear and obvious like with other moves that this is stuff you can do, but Wario's neutral special, you can angle it in the air, and not only that, but if you jump right at the end as he's using it, he actually does a special jump that's like a little flip or somersault. Pretty cool. Captain Welkin. This was a glitch that appeared in a recent update. I didn't encounter it myself. I don't know what happens to cause this, but it was patched afterwards. Too bad. But what would happen is that you would pick Captain Falcon and his body would be normal. However, his head would be replaced with a glitched out Wario head, and like the skin would be like this weird bluish color, and like that would happen for all of the alt colors for Captain Falcon too. I have no idea why this was a thing that occurred, but it has gone on to become a meme amongst the community, and I don't know, like maybe they'll include him as an official super secret Akuma level beyond that secret boss. Awesome. He's also an emote on the Discord. Lucas OG portrait. Lucas so far is the only character to have his character select portrait changed, and this is done again more recently. He had his original one for a while, and it's on the side of this Iceberg, and as you can see, it was blatantly just a Photoshop mess, like Shulk Little Mac. You can even still see the backpack lines and everything, so yeah, I definitely understand why they changed it. Ganondorf old versus screen. Eee! This was the most diabolical change they made. How dare they get rid of it? Jokes aside, I understand why. Ganondorf's versus screen used to look a lot more silly in the one-player modes, where he would be smiling with his teeth showing, and just, yeah, it looks hilarious, and they toned it down, I guess you could call it, in more recent updates. Wario slash Dr. Mario series album. So what this refers to is that both these characters used to have the Mario Mega Mushroom logo under like their stock icons and percents before they eventually picked up their own. Wario's was known for a while because he has his own icon in the official Smash Brothers games, and like more people point this out, like, hey, how come you didn't do this? I always thought it was just whatever I got, and I thought it was maybe a little bit sensible and charming that he just had the Mario mushroom since he's a Mario character at heart, but I remember some pester going on there too, and like the mods giving some reasons like, no, we would have to report the whole character and everything, and eventually they did. I think it might have been version 1 where it happened, where Wario got his signature W, and something I think some people forgot just because it wasn't as obvious as a change to do, and it happened, I think earlier, was that Dr. Mario also used to have the Mega Mushroom as he usually does. However, it was at some point changed to be a Mega Vitamin, which is a nice touch of uniqueness. Trailer style changes. The styles of the trailers, as it says, used to be different than they are now. It's gradually gone under some changes, however the earliest ones are the most jarring. they're very simple. Like, they just show you the character. Like, it still has like the same type of like humor and like directing and stuff, sort of, as the original ones. Just not like a bunch of like original assets and whoa, huge like professional, huge stuff to go with it, like you would see in official trailers for the regular series. And yeah, like it just showed you the character with some basic regular splash out with that charming 64 style artwork, and that was about it. It wasn't until Dark Samus where you saw trailers more how you're akin to now, but even then it wasn't on and off again. Like, for one, it was much like more like kind of obvious with the setting what was going on, and Wario didn't really have that at all, but he did have the special like Mario Party menu, which also kind of gives the character away. In later trailers, they didn't show like any of the special like menus or transitions until after the initial reveal. And that also happened with Lucas, like the menu like just immediately gave him away if you recognized it. It really wasn't until Bowser where like it became more like how the trailers are now, the whole entire like big virtual setting and models and yada yada, and that character reveal coming first and being a bit more like staged and laid out like how official Smash trailers are. And it's kind of like on off if it's like a surprise or not. Like if it's not obvious like from the first second. Usually they try to avoid that. Like Marino's a huge one, and Marth. Goemon was only obvious if you like recognize the style. I was able to do that. But yeah, it's cool to see the original trailers though and see where they came from. Ganondorf OG stock icon. Enough of that rambling, let's go on to another Ganondorf topic that's really simple, being that I believe Ganondorf is the only character to have a stock icon change, at least a major change that isn't just like a small official update, being that it used to be a piece of the Triforce of Power, and that's kind of like Falcon. It makes sense since he's a clone of Captain Falcon, or like comes off him, and Captain Falcon's icon 64 is like his Falcon symbol instead of his head, so I thought this was a neat fit and it's another touch of uniqueness. The only other character who is like this is Conquer with the tails, which makes sense, but I don't know, I kind of wish they kept that just for unique's sake, but I guess the head just maybe looks a bit better. It's more detailed obviously than a yellow triangle, and that might be why they changed it, because the heads can more clearly show what color you're using as opposed to the triangles where it might look weird if the color's changing, but I don't know. Isolated Slippy mod. This is something that most people probably remember or know about, is that before Slippy was added to the whole mod, shortly after the Wolf and Conquer update, one of the team members did their own project, which was to make Slippy, and Slippy came out isolated. You would download that mod, and it was like a different version of Smash Remix where Slippy would take one of the slots, and he had his own character icon at the time. I think it might have been different than the one that came on the final version too. And yeah, this is where Slippy started, and it was probably why he was added alongside Peppy in the first place. And I remember like a disclaimer came out saying like, will this be added to Smash Remix sometime? I don't know. But yeah, of course it happened, and they updated Slippy a bit for that, and the rest is history. That does it for these waters. Next up, we're going into even deeper ones.